Hey everyone, happy Fed Day. It's Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday afternoon. Market just closed. I thought a relatively flat day until, and I was watching on the SPY. Here's the Fed decision, which totally tanked the market, um, but buyers came in and rebounded. It's interesting to watch. Um, I was watching the ticks and watching the SPY when that happened, and at two, I can't see it anymore. But the ticks basically gapped up, shot down. Basically, we're all over the place, and it kind of shook the market. Um, I am fairly confident that we're going to see a green day tomorrow. Um, let's look at the SPY. We did make a new high today, um, which I was surprised. Um, this is called a doji, basically, indecision. Um, you know, and the shorter, well, the longer the wicks, the top and the bottom are called wicks. The longer the wicks, the more movement from high to low. But basically, what it's saying is we close close to where we opened, and in this case, in this case, we closed higher than we opened. Um, we did sell off at the end of the day, which I was a little bit disappointed. Um, but to the old saying, put your money where your mouth is. I held on to a Cliff 14 call. It's small. I got in at 14. I was looking for 20, um, but it basically only went up to 17. Um, and these alerts on toss, you can drag these around um, by just left clicking, holding down the left mouse button, and dragging them. You can also do that with orders. My order basically got canceled because it's the end of the day. Um, let's see if I can. Um, 23. So that will show on your chart. You can actually, if you click on here, um, you can tell what it will fit and what it will not fit. I learned that today. So if I want to fit my order and kind of keep an eye on it, I can also drag this as well by holding down the left mouse button and dragging it. Um, so anyway, um, you can also cancel the order. Um, so like I said, I'm fairly confident. I was looking for, and I'm confident for two reasons. One, because the SPY made a new high, and we bounced off of the Fed decision. The Fed is basically going to continue. Um, Max dovish. Um, they are going to continue um, buying bonds, and that's another thing that I'm. If I drag up my old economics classes, there's the Fed's going to concentrate on the shorter time frame bonds, which may what they call invert the yield curve. Normally, if you think about interest, the longer you hold something, theoretically, the more you're getting paid, the higher the interest rate. But if those flip because, for one, the Fed is pumping up the short-term rates, short-term rates would be higher than longer-term rates, and that is what's called an inverse yield curve. Um, so I listened a little bit to the Fed. I listened a little bit to Powell, and what I took out of it is they are going to be max accommodative. Um, Monetary policy highly accommodative. There's a question about small businesses, and he detailed a three-prong approach. Fed boosting up the economy, the vaccines with the COVID, and Congress hopefully getting their act together and passing a stimulus bill. So um, uh, who knows about Congress? I'd like to say they'll pass it. And if they do, this market's going to take off. Um, but the other reason why I held Cliff is because I like this daily chart. Continues to trend up the 10 SMA. Um, it is on the overbought side, but it's not at all-time highs yet. So hopefully tomorrow we get a push up and test this all-time high. So hopefully this helps. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I don't trade the Fed. I know many people do, but you got to be quick. Um, quick when these ticks go up and then basically sell, uh, and go long when they're down. But that's playing with fire, and like I said, I'm a little bit risk averse. Last thing I wanted to comment on is the trading room. Andrew um, mentioned that our beta test is over. We do have an open house, and I'll get with Andrew to see how we can invite people into the open house. Um, we're into our version 1 of the trading app, and on January 4th, we're going to start with paid subscriptions. We are looking at $49.99 for the trade room a month. And if you want SMS alerts based on these triggers, that'll be an additional $20 charge. Only on the major triggers. This is not a major trigger. This is a major trigger, bear one, bull ones. So as these go off, you would get an alert through an SMS. Um, Hopefully you guys join us. Let me know if you have any questions. And like I said, I will look into getting an invite out for the open house. Have a good night, everyone. Third reason why I held Cliff, because it's Wednesday and it's not Thursday. So I have another day before Friday comes and Theta starts really dropping. Had this been Thursday, I would have never held this into Friday because that's a little more gambling. So thought I'd mention that as well. Thanks everyone and have a good night.